Hello, and thank you for joining us at this Next Level Learning Summit. I am so thrilled to be here, and I have got a lot of great information to share with you. So let's start with introductions. First, I'm Christine Morse. I own Avid Marketing Alliance, and I spent about 25 years in the corporate world working with a lot of amazing organizations, learning how to really focus on branding and communications, marketing, working with sales. So I feel very confident in bringing information to the participants in my class. Um, I like to focus on free and low cost tools because when I left the corporate world and started my agency in 2009, I had to use all of the free and low cost tools because I didn't have $1 million budget. And I found that these are very effective. And then I found that a lot of marketing agencies are really charging a lot of money for these types of services. And I felt it was only fair that I went out and I tried to teach people how to do this themselves. And then I fell in love with the process because I like to teach. So during this program, we are going to talk about the free and low cost tools that I know are effective because I went for a 2 or 3 year contract at a nonprofit to build their marketing department. I gave them back $250,000 and told them that no, that's not, I'll just use free and low cost tools. And that's what we did. And we doubled, tripled, and often quadrupled the number of phone calls, participants in their database, 125 hits a week, went to 1,800 plus a week just because of enhanced branding and relationship marketing. So that's what I'm going to talk with you today. I'm also going to have these notes available so you'll be able to download them or contact me and I can give them to you so you don't have to write a lot of notes. All right, so here we go. This is creating a strong marketing and sales process using free and no cost tools. I just want to give you kind of an agenda of what we're going to be talking about. So I like to put together this kit of parts per se. The parts include your website that's updatable. It includes a blog on your website. I like to use canva.com for design tools. Of course, I have social media sprinkled in there. And Buffer is a tool that I use that is free. There are paid versions of a lot of these programs, but I stick with how to best utilize the free aspects of them because that's my thing. I also like to use MailChimp, which is free and has a paid version, but we use the free version. And I like to use HubSpot. So in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to be talking about how to use all of these tools and tying them together is called integrated marketing. And of course, this isn't your entire marketing strategy. You have to put this in place as your strong foundation. When this is set, you can comfortably spend time on your business and not trying to do marketing for your business all week long, right? You also sprinkle in events and PR and media and trade shows. And that, of course, I teach marketing classes on that too, but we're going to focus on this strong digital foundation that you have. And I'm also going to talk about creating an editorial calendar that creates a strong base of knowledge so you can be seen as the learning or knowledge expert in your industry. Once you are the leader in your industry, people will gravitate to you. That is what I learned in the big corporate world, right? You want to be seen as the industry leader, and showing your knowledge is the best way to do that. While teaching you, this is like my secret sauce and the most fun thing to teach, and it's so very basic. But what I find is when people come to my marketing classes, they want all the whiz-bang features of the tailwinds and the how to hashtag and who to tag and how to grow their audiences. But that's not how you create sales. I promise it doesn't matter if you have a huge audience. I like to teach you creating that strong foundation and then moving up from there, building relationships with your communications, and that's what an editorial calendar will do for you. So, I hope you're tracking so far. The websites that we use, of course, you want to be able to update it. I won't go through the listing of great websites, but I literally just created a website in about 40 minutes with GoCentral's program on GoDaddy, of course, SquareUp, and all of those Wix, all of those programs are good. But you want to be able to update it, and you want to update it with relevant content. Every time you create something relevant on your website that boosts your, of course, organic search engine optimization is what I like to use instead of pay-per-click. And doing that with updating it with words that are applicable to your business, that will boost you up in the search engines by Google, Yahoo, and Bing. Naming your images that are relevant to your ideal client, that's another good way to boost your ranking up in the search engines. YouTube is owned by Google, so of course if you put YouTube links on there, they're going to boost you up and make you visible in the internet. So it's a whole class in itself. I create a lot of my designs when I learned about Canva.com. I'm not a graphic designer, but this really elevated my business when I was able to create beautiful social media posts, add in the words and images. I create flyers and presentations through that, just everything. Go to canva.com, you won't be disappointed. Now, the blog is something that I used to be fearful of. You do not have to be fearful of it. One blog is only 350 to 400 words. That's only 2 or 3 chunky paragraphs of information. You can say that to a friend over a glass of wine in like 10 minutes, right? Sharing your knowledge with them. So don't be afraid of it. It's what's going to share your knowledge through all of your social mediums, and then you are going to lead people back to your website to learn more. Then also only pick a few social mediums that are relevant to your ideal client. This is, by the way, assuming that you have identified in depth your ideal client. I find a lot of people, they think they know who is a great customer, but it's very important to have an in-depth understanding of your ideal client so that everything you're creating is resonating with them and grabbing their attention, getting you to look at them or refer people to you, and that's how you're going to make money. So I attached a downloadable document that you can have for free because you are here at this summit, and it will help you identify that ideal client. I promise that will get you leaps and bounds further faster. So the social mediums that I like to use are Facebook, of course, LinkedIn, of course, and then Instagram. And each one of those can be an hour long, but as long as you choose the 3 that you enjoy and your ideal client enjoys, you're going to hit some home runs. Don't try to be everywhere on all the social mediums. And there's a lot of unique things to do with that. The algorithms for each are different and they change. They just want legitimacy and relationship building on there. So Facebook now likes you to put, they give you about a paragraph and a half of content, and then they appreciate and give you visibility when you put a URL there and it goes to your website. They do not like it if you put a YouTube link into Facebook. They throttle that down. Why? Because you're leaving Facebook land and you're going to YouTube land. But if you upload the video right into Facebook, they're going to give you a lot of visibility for your video, I promise, because they want to have your attention staying there within Facebook. Of course, LinkedIn is for businesses, so the content is a little bit different. It's the same knowledge base. It's just a little bit more professional and not as laid back. And then Instagram, of course, is fun. The little trick that I know there that I can share out of that class is that if you do connect programs like Tailwind, Instagram does not appreciate that. They can detect that, and they don't want people using bots. They want you in there on a regular interacting with the other people on Instagram. So if they detect a tailwind is attached, they literally will throttle down your visibility. And I don't believe in using those types of tools. So anyway, also I'll share this tip. The latest algorithm with Instagram is that you build your hashtags into your post. So you make a little post that's about a sentence or two long, and throughout the post, you creatively insert hashtags, not using the big chunk at the bottom any longer. They don't want people to do that. They want people to weave it in, and they give you more visibility. Anyway, let's get back to the tools that we use. When you use Buffer, you are able to create almost a month worth of knowledge posts that you can roll out, right? So you get 3 different social mediums and you get 10 posts per social medium. So I take like a Saturday morning or a Sunday afternoon and I sit on the couch and I load up my blogs from my editorial calendar that I'm going to talk about. And then I load it all into Buffer so that it's periodically rolling out to all the social mediums on its own so that I don't have to worry that I didn't make a post in 3 or 4 days and then I'm creating a knee-jerk post. These knowledge pieces rolling out are perfect for you because you're sharing information and you're still doing the organic fun shots of classes and people in the city or whatever it is that you like to use as sprinkles in your social media that helps solidify your brand and who you really are. So then you also use MailChimp. Now MailChimp is free and it allows you to send once a month, is what I do, electronic newsletters to the people in your database. So these are different than people in your social media. Sometimes I cross over, but it's a whole different audience. And it's super simple to use MailChimp, super simple to set up to 5,000 people, and it's free. But when you're creating your editorial calendar, you literally do this. This is the secret sauce, and it's so simple. Take either a Google Doc or a Word document and put it on your desktop or wherever it's easiest for you to easily locate. And if you start at the top of your document and you list 24 headlines out, literally, this is how easy it is. Just brain dump 24 topics of knowledge that you have, and then simply take the document and below write September, October, November, December, so on and so forth. Take your headline, put it into that month, and just write a blog. When you find a perfect photo, put your photo into that blog. This is like a living diary or a living document that's creating your thoughts. It's not going live, it's just for you. Keep doing that, taking 2 at least each month and creating the articles for your blogs into this living diary. Sometimes you can have an editor look at your wording. Don't have them change it too much because your style and your brand and your personality have to be woven in. But some people like to have it professionally edited. They can edit that living document. Once they're all final, you can go ahead and load them into Buffer. So this is taking a lot of weight and anxiousness and stress off your shoulders because it's all thought out, relevant knowledge pieces put into a document that you're going to roll through your social mediums and then pick 2 a month that were your favorite or got the most responses or felt the best in your gut. Put them into MailChimp. When you have 2 articles that are there, hit send. It's that simple. Do you see how you're creating an editorial calendar? You're using all your social mediums and all of your electronic tools that are free, and you're just spending well thought out time that is required for your heart and your gut to be telling you what you should be rolling out. And you're doing it in a thoughtful manner. This prevents knee-jerk posts that I'm sure we're all aware of doing. And then the last thing I want to tell you about, I've got two more things. HubSpot is what I use for sales. That, of course, has a free version. And when I get people who are interested in learning more or want to meet with me, I put them into HubSpot. I don't load up HubSpot with all my contacts. I use MailChimp to reach them once a month. But in MailChimp, you're able to see how many times somebody opens your newsletter. Sometimes it's 6 or 15 times, which is kind of creepy, but you know who's interested. You can see you can see how many people clicked from the newsletter to your website, which is exactly what you want. You want that process of your people going from marketing into your sales funnel. And MailChimp is just so perfect in so many ways. You can do this type of activity in HubSpot. I'm not sure why, but I just feel better keeping them separated. I basically use HubSpot as my sales funnel process. Those are people that I'm sending an email to that's going to be giving me money at some point, and I want to build that relationship with them, and I don't want to keep their email string in a folder that I can't find at an instant like that. You can also put a tickler. So Denise said that she was going to take my class in the fall. Well, I'm never going to remember that in my head. I don't want to put it on my calendar. It's already cluttered enough. So I just put it into HubSpot. I put a October 1 date on it to follow up with Denise and see if she's going to take my class. Okay, I hope you're tracking with me. We're almost done, I promise. Again, I will try to share this document with you, and I think I can attach it to this Learning Summit. And it will be the notes of this discussion. Otherwise, you can contact me and I can email those to you. But the final frosting on the cake is something that I've really enjoyed doing over the last 6 months, is putting my online courses into Udemy. So they haven't gone live yet. I'm waiting until I have the full series. So I teach marketing from A to Z, and then I go into the sales process and customer service and community relations and all that. Once that document string or program is done, I'm going to load it into Udemy, but you don't have to wait. You can go into Udemy, give them short videos, worksheets attached, whatever your curriculum needs, and it's free. They promote your class, and then you can learn about them if you Google them, but they will give me a percentage of each sale. Then I'm making money on my knowledge in my sleep. That is the bee's knees. So I'm doing that now. I consider it a free tool, and I'm helping people to get their knowledge online too, because it's what businesses need to be doing nowadays. So we've covered it all. An updatable website, canva.com. It's important to blog. Don't be afraid of it. 2 or 3 of your favorite social mediums. Hit those really hard. Use Buffer, but also sprinkle in your personal posts in the fun organic pieces. MailChimp is a great tool. HubSpot. Maintain that strong editorial calendar. Build it out to 6 months at least. And then after you get used to doing that, it just becomes an editorial calendar almost that you can keep in your head. So I promise that's what I do now, and you can do it too within about a year and a half. Put it all in your living diary, have someone check it out, keep it in your holding tank until you're ready to put it through your system, and then also Udemy. So I hope that you've enjoyed the class here today. If you wanted to contact me, I'm at avidmarketingalliance.com. My name again is Christine Morse, and I appreciate your time at the summit. Have a great day, and I wish you all the best and success. Take care.